It could have been any ideology at all, any ideology. But the social media algorithms favored these particular phrases for money-making reasons.
I see.
That's why libertarians founded, it is said, I am told, because I had friends who worked for Mike.com, that the guys who started it were like Ron Paul libertarians. And when Mike.com was first started, it was very anti-police brutality, very pro-Ron Paul, very pro-libertarian. And then over a few years, it became totally leftist and woke because it was just chasing the algorithms. The reason the algorithms were made was not because it was a conscious effort by infiltrators at Facebook. It was because advertisers said, here are our no-no words. And that's just a runaway train. It happens to align with one ideology. It didn't come from that ideology.
So the path of Silicon Valley was really techno-libertarian to woke.
Yes. So it's really simple if you think about it. An advertiser like Coke goes to Facebook and says, you've got 5 posts, okay? 1 is screaming to mercilessly beat white supremacists. 1 is screaming to mercilessly beat communists. 1 is screaming to mercilessly beat white people or whatever. And they're like, no one complains when someone makes fun of white people, so we don't care about that. But that white supremacist stuff's got to go. And then everyone agrees, like, yeah, we really don't want that on the platform. Half the people agree the anti-white stuff has to go. So you start seeing this leads to an inverse rise in white nationalist ideology, because all of a sudden on social media, they're actively saying in their rules, you're allowed to insult white people. Facebook did this. Facebook, I think it was Facebook, forgive me if I'm wrong, but they said that you are allowed to criticize groups if they are coming from positions of power, which resulted in a whole bunch of insane posts. And then all of a sudden they got rid of it. And then a bunch of feminists who were saying kill all men started getting banned, and they got angry about it, saying we are allowed to do this. But simply put, if a comedian makes fun of a white person, nobody cares. A comedian makes fun of a black person, people are going to have an issue with it. Advertisers only care about that. It has nothing to do with cultural Marxism. It has to do with them saying, look, we get 100 complaints when the comedian makes fun of black people. We get 0 complaints when they make fun of white people. Or we get complaints from like 7 people. Conservatives don't care. They don't boycott. They mind their own business, and everyone kind of chuckles. So we have no problem with our ads appearing on that stuff. That weight causes the shift. It is not because the ideology took over. It is because it is a hyper amplification of the fact that people don't like racist things and tolerate things that are targeting men or targeting white people, etc. This gives rise to intersectionality, which gives rise to all the other disparate ideologies. But it also explains exactly why woke people seemingly change their minds every day as to what they really believe, because they don't believe anything.